Today is December 23rd, 2025. This is Read Through the Bible.
Hi, everyone.
And one of the things that we teach at Homeschool Co-op is Junior High Bible.
Right.
We've been looking at men and women of the Bible.
Right,
and,
still school year.
One of the people that we just read about was Hezekiah.
Right.
And,
who we're reading about right now.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me what you were telling me just a little bit ago?
So I was looking for an image of him for something we were doing, and I kept finding these pictures of Hezekiah with this scroll laid out on the floor, open, and then he was kneeling and praying. And I thought, what have I missed about why this is such a common picture? But if you look at chapter 19, verse 14 and 15, he receives a letter from some messengers. It says that he spread it before the Lord at the house of the Lord, and he prayed about it. So this is a significant part of his life, and
and in Junior High Bible, we are having the students memorize like a key fact. Like it's from a book, but what's the key fact about them?
And
was
so
it
his key fact was that he prayed, and his prayer saved Judah.
Yep. So that's what we're going to read about today. His prayer and how it saved Judah.
Right. So stepping back, we are in 2 Kings. We're reading about the kings of Israel and Judah. Israel just got destroyed in chapter 17, taken away by Assyria, and now we're in the reign of Hezekiah for chapters 18, 19, and 20.
Yep. He's a good king, and so
he's a very good king, maybe the best.
Yes.
Other than David.
Okay. Chapter 19, verse 1. As soon as King Hezekiah heard it, he tore his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of the Lord. Now, when he heard it, that was the Rabshakeh's taunt against Israel. Say, hey, we're going to come, we're going to destroy you.
And he don't listen to Hezekiah who says, trust the Lord. Don't. Who's
very
the Lord?
discouraged, very discouraged. And he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebna, the secretary, and the senior priests, covered with sackcloth, to the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amoz. They said to him, Thus says Hezekiah, This is a day of distress, of rebuke, and of disgrace. Children have come to the point of birth, and there's no strength to bring them forth. It may be that the Lord your God heard all the words of the Rabshakeh, whom his master, the king of Assyria, has sent to mock the living God, and will rebuke the words that the Lord your God has heard. Therefore, lift up your prayer for the remnant that is left. Then the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah. Isaiah said to them, Say to your master, Thus says the Lord, Do not be afraid because of the words that you have heard, with which the servants of the king of Assyria have reviled me. Behold, I will put a spirit in him, so that he shall hear a rumor and return to his own land, and I will make him fall by the sword in his own land. Okay, so verse 7 is Isaiah's key prophecy here, is that Sennacherib will come, he'll hear a rumor, return to his own land, and die when he returns.
Verse 8, the Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria fighting against Libnah, for he heard that the king had left Lachish. Now the king heard concerning Tirhakah, king of Cush, Behold, he has set out to fight against you. So he sent the messenger again to Hezekiah, saying, Thus shall you speak to Hezekiah, king of Judah. Do not let your God, in whom you trust, deceive you by promising that Jerusalem will not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. Behold, you have heard what the kings of Assyria have done to all lands, devoting them to destruction. And shall you be delivered? So kind of just the same thing again, taunting and intimidating. Have the gods of the nations delivered them? The nations that my fathers destroyed, Gozan, Haran, Rezeph, and the people of Eden who were in Telassar? Where is the king of Hamath, the king of Arpad, the king of the city of Sepharvaim, the king of Hena, the king of Ivah?
Right, they're all destroyed. They've never stood.
All by Assyria. And Assyria is pretty powerful.
Okay, here comes the prayer of the picture that Yvonne, you were talking about all these papers spread out before Hezekiah as he prays. Hezekiah received the letter from the hand of the messengers and read it. And Hezekiah went up to the house of the Lord and spread it before the Lord. And Hezekiah prayed before the Lord and said, O Lord, the God of Israel, enthroned above the cherubim, you are the God, you alone of all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heaven and earth. Incline your ear, O Lord, and hear. Open your eyes, O Lord, and see, and hear the words of Sennacherib, which he has sent to mock the living God. Truly, O Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste the nations of their lands, and have cast their gods into the fire, for they were not gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they were destroyed. So now, O Lord our God, save us, please, from his hand, that all the kingdoms of the earth may know that you, O Lord, are God alone.
He's really praying that God would defend his own glory and reputation.
Yep, just like Moses often prayed that.
Yeah, Moses did. Okay, verse 20. Then Isaiah, the son of Amoz, sent to Hezekiah, saying, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, your prayer to me about Sennacherib, king of Assyria, I have heard. This is the word that the Lord has spoken concerning him. She despises you, she scorns you, the virgin daughter of Zion. She wags her head behind you, the daughter of Jerusalem.
Whom have you mocked and reviled? Against whom have you raised your voice and lifted your eyes to the heights? Against the Holy One of Israel. By your messengers you have mocked the Lord. And you have said, With my many chariots I have gone up the heights of the mountains, to the far recesses of Lebanon. I felled its tallest cedars, its choicest cypresses. I entered the farthest lodging place, its most fruitful forest. I dug wells and drank foreign waters. I dried up the sole of my foot, all the streams of Egypt.
Have you not heard that I determined it long ago? I planned from days of old what now I bring to pass, that you should turn fortified cities into heaps of ruins, while their inhabitants, shorn of strength, are dismayed and confounded, and have become like plants of the field and like tender grass, like grass on the housetops blighted before it is grown.
But I know you're sitting down, and you're going out and coming in, and you're raging against me, because you have raged against me, and your complacency has come into my ears. I will put my hook in your nose and my bit in your mouth, and I will turn you back on the way by which you came.
So just looking back, this is the Lord's message for Sennacherib.
Yeah,
right?
Totally against him. Like, you've mocked me, you reviled me, you've sent messengers, you've boasted.
And God's even saying, like verse 25, like, I determined that you would have victory over all these other nations.
Yep, I'm in control of your victory.
Right. And then he's saying, but now you raged against me, and I will put my hook in your nose.
Yep.
Okay, verse 29. And this shall be the sign for you, for Sennacherib. This year eat what grows of itself, and in the second year what springs of the same. Then in the third year sow and reap and plant vineyards and eat their fruit. And the surviving remnant of the house of Judah shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go a remnant, and out of Mount Zion a band of survivors. The zeal of the Lord will do this.
Therefore thus says the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, He shall not come into the city, or shoot an arrow there, or come before it with a siege, or cast up a siege mound against it. By the way that he came, by the same he shall return, and he shall not come into the city, declares the Lord. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake, and for the sake of my servant David. Again, I think about the Christmas sermons I spoke about, just even the faithfulness of David to protect the Davidic line, and here even just protect Jerusalem for David's sake.
Right.
And then we have this miraculous defeat.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 35. And that night the angel of the Lord went out and struck down 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians. So there were at least 185,000 Assyrian soldiers encamped all around Jerusalem, besieging it. And that night, the angel of the Lord killed 185,000 of them.
Do you know how many people, what the population of Rockford is?
Oh, like 150,000?
Yeah, about 150,000. So this is even more.
It's like everybody in Rockford and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, well, the surrounding areas, the population about 330,000.
Oh, okay.
I got my Wikipedia up right here, now. However, that's just like Rockford proper. Like, that's a lot of people struck down one night.
Wow. And when people arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies. Then Sennacherib, king of Assyria, departed and went home and lived at Nineveh. And as he was worshipping in the house of Nisroch, his god, Adramelech and Sharezer, his sons, struck him down with a sword and escaped into the land of Ararat. And Esarhaddon, his son, reigned in his place.
That was totally according to the prophecy of verse 7. Behold, I'll put a spirit in him, so he will hear a rumor and return to his own land. I will make him fall by the sword in his own land. that was the first part of the chapter. If we just kind of back up to a summary of this chapter, we have Isaiah's prophecy of victory. Sennacherib continues to taunt and defile the Lord. Hezekiah's prayer, spreading out everything before him. And then Isaiah's, again, prophecy that Sennacherib's going to fall, and 185,000 fallen. Are killed by the angel of the Lord. Yep. So a great chapter of victory for the Lord's people, Hezekiah who was faithful.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.